Yo, what's up, good family? Welcome this week to another Rise session. Hey, been having a great time on these conversations, just discussing my thoughts, sharing some information with you guys. But this week, I'm going to talk about what have you accepted as normal? And what I mean by that is sometimes we don't give ourselves enough room to be different. I mean, God looks at us through the sacrifice of his son. So a lot of times we think that God looks at a Christian through natural eyes, but he doesn't. If you're a believer, he looks at you through the sacrifice that he made for his son. And what do I mean by that? Because sometimes our own sin can cause us to believe that this is just who I am and I can never change. But I want to encourage you this morning. That's not the truth. You can change in any situation, any relationship, any marriage. You can change. But one thing you have to realize is that sin that is repeated becomes a cycle. And just like you have good cycles, you have bad cycles too. And the only way that you can break that cycle is you have to decide for yourself that I'm not going to be this way. A cycle happens when you repeat something over and over and over and over again. It can be good or it can be bad. But what I don't want you to do is let the habit of sin keep you in a place where you decide that it's not worthy, or you feel like you're not worthy to keep asking for forgiveness from your spouse, asking for forgiveness from the Father. See, often in relationships, two people, they find themselves living in this type of place where they think that they can never change, and they just accept that as being the normal state of life. But look, God desires not for us to live like this, but to keep striving to do things better. And I'm not saying cycles are not difficult to break, because they are, but they can be broken. But you have to put in kind of like roadblocks. You have to put in roadblocks when you find yourself going to a place that you know you don't need to be. It could even be a bad place of eating where you're eating out of emotion all the time because you feel a certain type of way. Well, you have to break that cycle, because that's an unhealthy cycle. It's just like the same thing that if you're in a relationship and you're bringing in outside parties to your relationship by talking to different people in an intimate fashion, then you have to break that cycle, and it's no different. And often I would say that just monitor your lifestyle. Monitor how you live. A lot of times we can put on clothes and makeup and get our hair done, our haircut, all that stuff to go outside. But what does your inside look like? What does your home environment look like? Is your home clean? Is your car clean? Is your closet clean? Those things are small indications of how you really feel on the inside, because that's where you are the most. You're at your home, you're in your car traveling to someplace, so just monitor that. And if your home is not clean, I would suggest start there. If your car is not clean, I would suggest start there. Don't be quick to put on makeup. Be quick to fix the situation. Look, don't beat yourself up. Everybody has things that they're dealing with, and everybody can grow past what they're dealing with. And I want to encourage you that if you are in a place, don't stay in that place, but start putting in baby steps to do things better, and you'll find your life getting better. My name is Trey Williams. I ain't no pastor, but I am going to give you something to think about. As you go throughout this week, keep your head up and just monitor those areas where you need to change. Peace.